This is a very nasty, worst case scenario situation to be in with the attacker on top of you. Now, there are many variables involved in a situation like this. The attacker could be here, 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 or even here with a knife. But the good news is there is one simple technique that you can do in any of these positions that will give you a chance to survive. And that is bucking. If the person on top of you has balance, that means they have control. Your goal is to take their balance away from them to give you a chance to get control. So by bucking, or bridging as they call it in grappling or jiu-jitsu, you are taking the attacker's balance away from them. And to buck properly, all you need to do is to lift your hips as explosively, as hard and fast as you possibly can. I learned this the hard way on my Kapap instructor course, the importance of bucking. If you don't break the attacker's balance, you will have a really hard time getting them off you. It can still be done with strength, but you are relying on strength alone, okay? And if the attacker is stronger than you or bigger than you, you're gonna have a hard time getting them off without at least bucking them first. Now, the lower the attacker is down your body, the easier it's going to be for you as the victim to buck them and break their balance. However, even if they're right up on top of you, closer to your neck, trapping your arms, bucking will still work. You just have to be really explosive with it.
The good news are that while the situation is even more desperate and the bucking is more difficult, once I get it, it's easier for me to be away already from his body be on top of me.
If the victim has the benefit of having his arms free, then he has more chance to control the weapon, okay? So if I'm here and he's bucked me and I've broke my balance, from here he can try to grab the weapon and roll over. Now, if the attacker doesn't have a knife and it's just punching, the victim can cover up, try to stop the punches, elbow my groin, then buck me, and then get me over.
The most important thing, even if it doesn't look like, are the legs. If my legs are like this, there's no power in my hips. I have to be incredibly strong with my hips, okay? So your legs has to be rooted, planted to the floor. Even in this terrible situation, okay, the backing is difficult, but I have some assets, some advantage. My arms could have more mobility, okay, and then they can help me to the backing, pushing his back, okay, and if I manage to do that before the knife or the punch kill me or knock me out. If you want to practice and you don't have always a partner to practice with, you can do what we used to do in Spain 15 to 20 years ago, every single Krav Maga class to warm up at the beginning, which is this.
Raoul and I are not going to lie to you and say there's a perfect solution for every single one of these scenarios. Us two will train all day, going through all the different kinds of scenarios of somebody on top of you. But that buck alone will work in every single one of them. And it's going to give you a chance to then fight back, get them off you, and get away. If you found this video useful, we've created another video on how to stay safe and survive a knife attack. So make sure you check that one out next.